My name is Chase Akers from Nashville, Tennessee. I'm a musician and a creative consultant, and I have cerebral palsy. Um, I was born 3 months premature to my mother, whom doctors told that I was going to die because my head was pushing against her cervix, and she was in labor 3 days before the doctors believed her. They told her that I would be a miscarriage, and that even if I did live, I wouldn't live long. And she said that I was going to live. At age 3, I was diagnosed with a neuromuscular disorder called cerebral palsy, which is a stroke that happens in the womb. Severity can range. My case affects my lower body. I don't have a lot of balance. It's very hard for me to move side to side. It's kind of hard to climb stairs, and it's really hard to stand for a long time. Growing up, when you have cerebral palsy, the doctors tell you that your quality of life is not going to be good, that nothing's really going to change, that it is permanent, even if it doesn't get worse. After I was diagnosed, doctors at Vanderbilt decided to do a surgery on me where they broke my legs and cut all the muscles that were affected to lengthen them. And that included breaking my feet, my shins, my hips, and everything. After putting me in a half-body cast for the recovery, they said that I probably wouldn't walk normally again, that this would be an effort to just get me living the right way, or to some semblance of that. And so I spent the majority of my life, my early years, my adolescent years, just believing that nothing would ever really change, because I was just going to be the guy with a disability, the kid that can't play football or whatever. And it's kind of like growing up with cerebral palsy, you think, well, I'm going to turn 20, 21, I'll turn into an adult and I'll grow out of this, and it's not going to be here anymore. But after a while, I realized it's permanent. It's not going away. So I can either deal with it, or I can just tell myself that those were the cards dealt and nothing will ever change. And growing up, kids say horrible things. They say gimp. They say, what's wrong with your leg? Why are your legs so skinny? What's wrong with you? Why do you walk that way? And it makes you compare yourself. It made me compare myself to the men around me, to the boys around me. I always thought, how am I ever going to be a normal person? What is normal? What does it mean to be a man? And I'm 24 now, and I would say 3 years ago, I had an intervention with myself where I looked in the mirror and I said, enough is enough. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of believing that I am some other person, that I'm not like other people, and that I can't live an incredible life. And I looked at myself and said, it's time to take this into my own hands. And I prayed to God to give me a vision, give me a refreshed understanding of what it means to do all things through Christ. And that looked like landing myself into a community where my disability was embraced rather than judged. And I started doing yoga and Pilates, and just I had a moment where I thought, I can do this. This is not permanent. I can deal with this. And even if I don't wake up and grow out of it like I told my teenage self I would, I can still become more than just a placard that I hang on my windshield. And the good days are good and the bad days are bad. But I wanted to be more than just a limp. I wanted to be more than crooked feet and cramping toes and back pain. And so 3 years ago, I just decided it's time to come out with this. It's time to be honest to everyone around me that, yeah, I have cerebral palsy, and yeah, it sucks, but I'm not done here. God is not done with me. I'm not finished, because there's more to do. There's more to life than just living with this. surrounding myself with a fit community of people who understand this, who are welcoming, who are non-judgmental about what it means to live with a disability has brought me so much peace and so much empowerment, because growing up, you don't have that in the hospital. You don't have that in recovery. They just say, well, be on your way. And I just decided that was enough. So as I sit here at 24 years old, I'm just starting to learn what it means to love me, and to love me exactly for who I am, instead of hiding behind something that I'm not. I'm proud of the fact that I'm honest with people. I'm proud of the fact that I am dedicated to this, that I'm in the gym, that my nutrition is right, that my mind is right, that my self-talk is right. I'm proud of those things. I'm thankful for that. And I wouldn't have been able to do that without my community and my family around me rallying, saying, yes, you're capable. Yes, you can do this. I describe myself as a strong person, and I don't think I would have been able to describe it that way before all of this, before I met all these people that have welcomed me into their life and loved me. I would describe myself as a heartfelt person, an empathetic, honest person. There's probably more, I just can't think. But I think if I could go back to like the 5-year-old Chase that was wondering what was going to happen, I would probably tell him, just stay the course and keep going strong, because it doesn't matter what people say. It doesn't matter what people think. It doesn't matter what people understand about this or not. You are not fragile. You're not broken. You're not unfinished. You're not a mistake. You're not a blemish. And I probably wouldn't have spent so much time wondering if I could actually do something about it. I would tell my younger self that it's okay to cry. It's okay to be emotionally vulnerable with other people and not push them out for fear of being rejected. If you've been rejected so many times, you start putting up those walls. That's what I would have told my younger self. Let people in, because that's the first step to being empowered, to being completely who you are, is to let other people in and let them see everything, every messy thing. I'm a total badass at life, because since that day, that intervention I had with myself, I haven't let this stop me from trying anything. Even as a kid, I just wanted to do everything. Anything I could get my hands on, I'd want to do it. I'd want to study it. I'd want to jump out of a tree. I'd want to go mountain biking. I love riding motorcycles. I love working out. I love using my body for what it was intended, even though that a bunch of doctors said it would never do this, this, and this. I've done all of those things. All of them, and there's so much more to do, and I can't wait, because now I love my life. I absolutely love it, and the people around me, the things I'm surrounded with, it means all the more to me that there were people around me loving me enough to be patient, to come out with this and say, yes, I have cerebral palsy, yes, I'm in pain, but I'm not done yet. I'm not through yet, because I've got things I want to do.